Right, Shaun.
In the boggy field.
We're here. March the, what day is it?
11th.
March the 11th?
11th.
11th, we're here.
Yep, that's Siromer HQ. Basically, they've given me almost an opportunity and a challenge at the same time, I would class it as, really.
Yeah.
So, again, they've got a bit of land just at the back of the site, really, and they've not really done anything with it. So, it's to try and make it a little bit less wild, so to speak, and try and make it almost usable. So, appreciate you're not going to get crops in it and such to an extent, but for baling, silage, worst comes to worst. Kath herself has a horse, so for hay, that'll be a good opportunity. But it's in need of a wee bit of a repair, really. They've tried previously to bale it.
Yeah.
You can see there's a bit of leftovers, so to speak. The balers didn't pick up.
A little bit. But it's doable. It's definitely doable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just, again, it's time and the right weather, which is always nice to have.
Yeah.
So,
And what's the first plan? What we're thinking first?
So, first, I would say is topping it, personally. Just trying to get the top layer of all the rubbish off to an extent.
Yeah.
And again, there's hills all over it. The ground is uneven, so try and go at it with a roller.
Yeah.
And when the weather permits, and just start with that, really, I think. One of the things I would like to do is try and get an area for almost growing stuff. So potatoes in particular, it's quite simple to grow.
Yeah.
And then even flowers, if nothing else.
Yeah.
So something like, I don't know, a raised seed bed. So we've got some raised pallet surrounds.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and use them as like a raised planter to an extent, really.
Fair enough. Yeah, they're alright, aren't they? Well, are they just old pallets?
Yeah, again, parts that have come up.
Because I think the idea with this, wasn't it, is try and keep it so smallholders, our customers who would have something like this.
Yeah, again.
It's just a bit of a, I'm not necessarily saying a guide, but this is our smallholding and this is what we're going to do with it.
A bit of a demonstration of what our stuff can do, really.
Yeah.
So again, this is what we're with at the moment. We've had a bit of a go with a topper just around this bit.
Job one today.
Probably topping, I would say. Again, the weather's all right. The ground isn't too soft.
No.
Again, we've got a 9-foot topper already on a 50, so I'm going to try and use that and get some videos while we're at it, I suppose.
Yeah. And then I think we said as well, didn't we, about marking out an area.
Yeah, again, so after we've got, well, this bit's already mostly done, so we'll probably just use them pallet surrounds just to mark an area, an outline to an extent.
Yeah.
Of where we can have like almost a grow patch.
Cool.
Because again, Louise is our CEO's son. He kind of wants to meddle with that, so it'll be a nice little project for him, if nothing else.
Yeah. It gives something else to our little smallholding, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Seems to go well, Shaun.
Yeah. Again, there's wet patches in the middle. I got really as close as I dared.
Yeah.
Done a little bit of a mess, but overall it could be a lot worse.
Yeah. I mean, you could definitely tell it's gone through it well.
Again, I'm getting a lot of almost trenches where the skids are running.
Is that just because of how damp it is, or?
That's part of it, but I think a lot of it's just the unevenness of the field.
Yeah.
So you've almost got hills in a lot of spots. So where your wheels are running level, the mower isn't.
Right.
So the mower's having to almost force its way through. Hence, you've got strips like that.
But I think we're at a point now, aren't we, looking round at this place?
Yeah, I've taken the majority of the top off of it.
Yeah.
Which, well, again, is exposed to roots. So, well, not the roots, but the actual base of the plant.
Yeah.
Oh, the rubbish to an extent.
Yeah, it's looking all right. A lot of it, it's workable now, isn't it? We can move. Would you say move to the next stage?
Yeah, I think so. As I said, either harrowing or rolling, I would probably say next. Harrowing will pull a lot of the rubbish I've just cut off.
Yeah.
And rolling in the same turn will hopefully level it out a little bit.
So what's our next job?
As I said, either harrowing now or rolling now, I would say, personally. Again, depending on conditions wise, what the weather does.
Yeah.
If it gets too wet, I don't want to be using a roller, otherwise you'll be acting more as a plough.
Oh, okay.
But chain harrows you can get on this, no issues. But roller, you'd be alright as long as you don't go anywhere near.
Yeah, because that bit, there is a wet patch out there, isn't there?
Oh yeah, in the middle of the field. It sits lower than everywhere else on the field. It's almost like a bowl.
Yeah.
Then, which again is something I would like to.
I mean, that is
tackle in the far distant future.
That you know, if you love jumping in puddles, it's all right here, isn't it? But
again,
it's a bit.
Yeah, again, this has always been, as long as I've been here, this has always been happening this time of year.
Yeah, it is wet. So we're not going to be working on this for some time because we're going to let this dry out.
No, so I'm going to mainly focus on the surround of the field to an extent, so to speak. So again, possibly a vegetable growing area over in that corner of the field, near the soakaway.
Yeah.
Louise's son has a buggy, like almost a little off-road buggy.
Yeah.
So again, possibly making a track for him.
Okay.
Again, we'll see what that comes to. And then again, as I mentioned previously, Kath has a horse, so hay would be a good option.
Yeah.
It reduces the cost for her, if nothing else.
Cool.
And it makes use of the land more than anything.
Yeah, because I mean, we've got a lot, haven't we? We have got a lot of land here.
To be fair, yeah, for what we are, we have more than ample
to get, try and get a bit of everything done, can't
if nothing else, somewhere, if we have customers coming and they say they want to actually try stuff out, we've got an area to an extent which we can actually use
and demonstrate stuff out.
Yeah, because at the moment we're just stuck using our courtyard, which it's limited.
Yeah. Right, so for today, now we've topped.
Well, as I said, either I could give rolling a try, but I would be more tempted to go down the lines of a harrow. Just try and pull as much of the rubbish out as we physically can.
Right, so harrowing. Should we do it? Give it a go? Bit of harrow. What are we thinking? Are we thinking the same tractor?
Possibly.
Thinking the 50 with...
Again, the tyres are a good advantage over the 50. Nice wide tyres.
So the harrow is on, attached. 3-point linkage, all on. Yeah.
So again, standard grass harrow with the frame. So it's not just dragging it on the floor. You can actually lift the entire thing. Attached by a 3-point linkage. Again, so we're using the more aggressive side of it. So if you look, there's another 3-point hitch at the back side.
Yeah.
So that again is for a softer turn. Because those hooks going that way, they catch before they go flat. Going the other way, they'll just go near enough flat.
Okay, so this is the... I didn't know that. So this is the more aggressive side.
Yeah.
And this is what we want because we haven't really done...
Again, this will actually do quite a few things for it. So A, it'll collect the dead grass, part of the stuff we have just cut with the topper. B, it'll, to an extent, it will level the ground as well.
Okay.
Not massive amount, but it'll run through molehills, for an example. And yeah, generally they're quite well rounded, these grass harrows.
I mean, yeah. Is this is an 8-foot, isn't it?
This is an 8-foot frame, yeah.
Yeah. So category 1 3-point linkage, isn't it?
The actual harrow itself is category 1. MK50 is category 2.
Yeah.
So I've used an adapter set of bushes just to push it up to the right category pin.
You can't quite see it, but that goes through the top link, doesn't it?
Yeah. You can see it a bit better on the lower links.
Oh yeah,
it's
just these here.
Slide between,
Yeah, so that's it. That just gives the extra thickness for the category 2.
Yeah, basically.
Are we ready, Sean? Are you ready?
As much as I can be.
Cool. So this is harrowing for our vegetable patch. So this is...
So basically what we're going to do is just weather-wise, we're going to stick to the one side of the field, just because that side is damp. It's quite wet, and I don't want to be pulling the good stuff out.
No.
Rather than this side, it's dry enough where I would be happy to go at it with this.
Yeah. Right. Let's give it a go, shall we?
Let's...
Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. It's all the things you never show.
So that is harrowing done, Sean.
Yeah, well, not finished, but is the general gist of it.
I mean, you can see it. I mean, if you have a look, sort of there, you can see where we've done and where we haven't done.
Yeah. It's knocking down the molehills, which we seem to be plagued with for a start. All the grass like he's sat on from the previous time they've attempted to bale it, it's spreading it out if nothing else, which again will make it degrade a lot faster.
I mean, really, we've only done what, one pass over.
About half of what I'm planning on doing, I think.
We've done half the field, but we've done what, about one pass or so over.
Yeah,
each,
again,
on
it's
each
just
strip.
a single pass over it all.
And you can see the difference already. It's it's getting through it. As you say, the molehills it's just going through. Yeah. And it's starting to flatten it out in places, I'd say.
Again, it's not doing anything major, but where there is ruts and such, for example, it pulls them out quite well.
And what range and gear are you running at?
So when I'm going forward, I'm actually in medium range in first gear.
Medium first.
Yeah, with around about 1500 RPM on the engine.
What's you thinking behind medium first?
It just seems to be the feel of it, so to speak.
Yeah.
Again, the engine isn't being pulled down constantly, but you're still maintaining a decent coverage.
Yeah.
Should I say?
We've harrowed.
Well,
chain harrowed. Yeah. We've done about half. We've covered the vegetable patch bit anyway, which is what we needed to get done for today.
That was the intent. Yeah.
I think like we said before, didn't we? We've still got some more of this field to finish off topping.
As I say, I'm going to try do about the same sort of width again, because by then I'll be getting close to the wet stuff.
Yeah.
Which I don't really want to touch.
No, not at the moment anyway, do we?
As I said, if nothing else, as I said, it's spreading.
Yeah.
All the old mess out.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it. You can see that sort of here is where you've done there. Oh, where's it gone? There. You can see the difference. You can see the change in colour.
Oh yeah.
You know, you can see it. It's definitely working.
Yeah. Again, it helps. I'm going all the same way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would have what you get. Same thing with rollers. You get stripes.
Yeah. So, what do we need to do now?
Again, I'm going to finish this off.
Yeah.
And then really it's a case of getting an actual size decided on for the vegetable patch area.
And we're thinking vegetable patch area just in that corner there.
Again, with open-ended at each end, so you can pass a tractor through.
Right,
without
okay.
having to turn around in a confined space.
Yeah. No, okay.
That's my intent, at least.
Cool.
So what I'm thinking at the moment is potatoes, and then with the raised pallets, surrounds, almost raised, making like a central, maybe even in the corners, I'm not sure yet, but somewhere where you can either plant flowers.
Like a raised bed, sort of.
Yeah, pretty much. Vegetables, anything that they eat here, really.
Cool. So, Richard's joined us.
Oh,
hello. How are you?
I'm all right. Are we going to mark some areas out for you?
Yes. So I think Sean, you can sort of see, Sean's in his tractor. He's off and away.
He's busy.
He's busy.
Doing a good job.
He is actually. So we are going to set up the vegetable patch. We're going to mark it out. So the raised beds you can just see sort of over there.
Yeah.
We're going to use them. So we're going to lay those out to mark the corners, and then we're going to try and get some more down for the raised beds, so we'll go and grab them.
Exciting stuff.
It is. It's good. So, let's crack
Let's
on.
crack on.
There are the things I want to know. Secret start in your heart so slow.
Down. There you go. That's a narrow rotavator, so we're going to want a small one.
Vegetable patch is in position.
To an extent, yeah.
So, as you can see,
Outside 6 are basically just for the size reference, so to speak. And then what I'm thinking is having a row of basically these possibly stacked on top of each other, 2 to 3 high, just as like almost a growing bed, a raised bed to an extent. And again, we're leaving enough side on the far side for when we do the hedges.
yeah, because that's the way. That would not be good, would it?
Not really.
We want to have access to everything. And we were saying, weren't we, that we're just going to post down the outside.
Just down the outside of where the boxes are.
So,
Again, so that end will be open. That end will be open. So basically, say with 3 or 4, you can literally just come straight all the way through without having to reverse back over because you can't get out one end. You can just go in, down we go, and straight back out. Pretty much all in one pass.
yeah, going to make it easier, isn't it?
That's
Access.
the intent. Yeah.
And we're not going to need to use a big tractor on here, are we?
3 or 4 will do it. Again,
Therefore.
I'm not planning on having them massively wide.
Mm.
There's no need for it.
What do we need to do now?
So the next thing I would probably do.
We talked about using stoneberry, didn't we? I think. Did we say
for the
stoneberry?
first time, yeah. Specifically, so any stones that are lingering directly underneath the soil, they
Yeah.
get knocked down. That's the intent, and then from then on we'll use a rotavator whenever it needs doing again, unless it gets stony again, manages to pull them up. That would be my intent, anyways.
Do we need to go and get some horse manure then?
Wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah. Should we go and grab some?
Can do, yeah.
Right.
If nothing else, we'll just stockpile it
Yeah.
here, ready for use.
But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know.
Manure's been collected. What did we get? About 3 buckets, 4 buckets? 4 buckets of it. And we're going to work that in now, aren't we? So, just want to get back to the field,
Yeah.
to HQ, and get it into use.
Losing almost all my air.
We've got the muck back, got it off the trailer. Nice pile of muck.
I'll do this for a little while.
We've got enough there, haven't we?
For a little while, yeah.
So we're going to stoneberry, aren't we?
Stone barrier, which is basically the same thing as a rotavator, it just knocks stones down on top of it to an extent.
Gives it a nice sort of bed, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
really, you could, if you wanted to, you could probably go straight into planting from the stoneberry.
You could do, again. So stone barriers generally, they do a rotavator's job, which is semi-shallow, I would say, to medium depth ground sort of tolerance. It doesn't do anything deep,
No.
but it does well with the top bit of the soil you really need for the most part.
So rotavator on. Are we thinking? No, sorry, stoneberry on. How many passes are you thinking? Just the one?
1 or 2, again, depending on how it comes out as.
And then we're going to try and leave a strip through the middle. We
Yeah.
said, didn't we? And that's where we're going to put the raised beds
Yeah,
in.
that's where these guys will sit once they're done.
Yeah.
It's getting hard to talk to you and I'm the old.
Stone buried, as you can see.
Yep.
2 nice lines.
Again, on turf tyres, so the diff lock has been used because it is quite wet.
Go well though. I wouldn't say it slipped out.
No.
Wouldn't say it
Again,
struggled.
Lack it in creeper, I think I was in Creeper 3rd, low,
Right.
4-wheel drive with diff lock, and I don't think it slipped at all.
I didn't see it slip. I think it coped well actually, and put a nice little track in.
And so I went literally as down as it's set at the moment. But I appreciate it's not massively deep. It's a start, and again the ground is quite wet, so I think it's worked brilliantly. But again, so it might be a case of go through it again at a later time, because there's still a lot of grass poking through, which isn't really what I want. But, and then maybe at the end of the month go over it with a rotavator of the same size.
So you're thinking now you've stone buried, you'll rotivate afterwards, just to give it that final pass through
I'll
before
probably
the plan?
try and set this a little deeper first and go through it again, but that'll be another day. So yeah, try again with this deeper, as deep as I can really get it to go. Then we'll throw some manure over it, or spread it out a bit, gives it a little bit of wormage.
Nice.
Yeah, and then before we get to the end of the month, ideally go over it again with a rotavator, churn it all in, mix it up as much as we can.
Yeah. Just get as much sort of through it
and then plant in April.
So we're thinking April is when we're going to plant?
Potatoes, yeah, winter potatoes.
Winter potatoes in April.
Yeah. And
awesome.
Then, well, other side on the planter box is when we get there.
Yeah.
So to speak. Right.
Cool. Morning, Sean.
Morning.
So it is the 14th of March today, so 3 days after we first started this project.
The heavens opened.
It's just not stopped raining really. I think last time we did anything we just stone buried. We wanted to get on and start getting some of that manure on, and then this happened.
It's a wee bit wet. Still happening.
Yeah. So unfortunately we haven't really been able to do much more, have we, Sean?
No, I think it's on hold until the ground becomes a little bit more accessible.
Yeah, so unfortunately for now, there's not much more we can update people on, is there? Plan next, obviously, when we can get back on this and it's a bit drier again, we'll go over those passes with the stone barrier, won't we?
Yeah, go deep as I can, really.
And then I think we're going to try and get some of that manure on when we can, can't we? Well, I mean, for now nothing's happening, so I think we'll see you on the next one.